test, you then wait for results. And to think that you have to wait that long just to hear about it. We know the emotional and psychological stress one goes through just waiting. Yeah? Here, we can get information within 24 hours, especially if it's bad news. Yeah? If you hear from your doctor within 24 hours, or even from the lab, you know it's bad. But the point is, you haven't suffered that long, mentally and emotionally. Can you imagine just not knowing for 2 to 4 weeks? That's incredibly painful. You know? We're glad that you've got yourself sorted out now, and we hope we can support you as you go forward. There are more than enough people here, more than enough sisters to help support you. Don't hesitate to reach out. Okay? Right? But no talk on politics, huh? We know that, huh? In the chat group, no politics, nothing to do with anything with the government and all that. It's only about sisterhood and support. Do remember that, okay? Right, next up, from a brand new survivor, we are now going to call on a 21-year survivor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sister Seng.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for having me today, for sharing my breast cancer journey with you. I hope that by sharing my experience, you will bring hope, encouragement, and strength to those who may be facing similar challenges. This is me. Actually, in fact, it's AI generated. So my name is Seng. I'm a 21 years survivor, stage 4, and I'm a mother of 3, and also a committee member of Pink Ribbon Wellness Foundation. Okay, 21 years ago, at the age of 34, shortly after giving birth to my youngest child, I felt something unusual on my right breast while I was taking my shower. At first, I thought they were just some benign lumps, especially since my younger sister had been diagnosed with one at that time. Even so, I decided to have it checked. Then I received the news that no one ever wants to hear. I had breast cancer. I was devastated, and my mind simply went blank. At that time, cancer to me is like a death sentence, because I knew almost nothing about cancer. All I could think was just my family, my 3 children. They were still very young then. The eldest one was only 5, and the youngest one was not even 1. I kept asking myself, will I live long enough to watch my children grow up? The fear was overwhelming, and I had no idea what the future would hold. Still, I held on to hope. I believe that if I follow every treatment, listen to my doctors, and stay strong, one day this difficult chapter would find me. But life had other plans. So my journey, you can see, is not a smooth one. It has been filled with ups and downs like a roller coaster. After 7 to 8 years of remission, my cancer progressed to stage 4, spreading first to my lungs and later to my liver. Since my initial diagnosis, I have experienced 4 recurrences, 1 in my lungs and 3 in my livers. Over the years, my breast cancer has also evolved, changing its biological characteristics. It was initially diagnosed with PR positive and HER2 negative. Then it later changed to ER positive, PR negative, and HER2 positive. And currently, I'm diagnosed with ER positive, PR negative, and HER2 negative. I don't know how it happened, but it did happen. So each time it changed, meaning that my treatment had to be adjusted accordingly. I had undergone 2 rounds of chemotherapy, completing a total of 16 cycles, and 18 rounds of Herceptin targeted therapy. Following another recurrence discovered earlier this year, a 2 cm tumor in my liver. I continue to fight with CDK4/6 inhibitors, targeted therapy, and hormone therapy right now. While the journey has been long and unpredictable, I keep moving forward, one treatment, one scan, and one day at a time. So, many people believe that the hardest part of cancer is the treatment. While the treatments can be challenging, the scans can trigger anxiety, and the uncertainty can feel overwhelming. But for me, some of the deepest challenges are often emotional and psychological burdens that came with living with cancer. Before every scan, I would wonder, has the cancer come back? Has it spread? Living with that uncertainty day after day can be exhausting. Each follow-up appointment brought both hope and fear. When my cancer relapsed, I felt disappointed and discouraged. But over time, I learned that every setback was also an opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, and more appreciative of each day I was given. One of the deepest emotional wounds that I encountered was when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I expected the people closest to me to stand beside me. I thought they would hold my hands and comfort me when I was struggling and remind me that I was not alone. But it did not happen for me during my first diagnosis nor during some of my relapses. At first, I felt deeply disappointed, hurt, and abandoned. I kept asking myself, why don't they care? Why am I facing this without the emotional support I need from those closest to me? But over time, however, I came to understand that not everyone knows how to respond to cancer. Some people are overwhelmed by fear. Some struggle to express their emotions. And others simply do not know how to provide the support we hope for. While that understanding did not erase the pain, it helped me let go some of the resentment and focus my energy on healing. Then I discovered something unexpected. I learned that while we cannot control how others treat us, we can choose how we treat ourselves. Instead of waiting for someone else to love me, encourage me, or save me, I began to do those things myself. I started putting myself first. For the first time in my life, I gave myself permission to rest without guilt, to travel without feeling guilty about spending money, and prioritize my own well-being. I learned to celebrate even small victories. I learned to listen to my body. I learned that self-care is not selfish. Sorry. This is my family. They are being very supportive during my cancer journey. We went on a Pink Ribbon Hackathon together, and I keep on exercising. I do yoga. And I went hiking. And I even joined Dancing Roses in Pink Ribbon. Dancing and raising funds for Pink Ribbon Wellness Foundation. These are some of the photos. And this is the Mount Kinabalu Summit. That was in 2013 when I wanted to hike during my first relapse to lung. But my doctor that time, we were treating like for half a year, and then I discovered my cancer relapse. So that time actually just like maybe 1 month later I will be hiking to Mount Kinabalu. But my doctor asked me, I asked my doctor, can I delay my treatment? You know what my doctor said? My doctor said the Mount Kinabalu is going to move away. So 10 years later, in 2023, I finally conquered the tallest peak in Malaysia. So message to take away. Please do not wait for a crisis before we start loving ourselves. Do not wait until our health is threatened to appreciate our body. Do not wait for someone else's approval to recognize our own worth and value. Do not be afraid of cancer. Many cancers today can be treated, controlled, and in some cases, cured. Rather than asking why me, try to accept the diagnosis and face it through encourage, hope, and an open mind. Focus on what we can do instead of dwelling on what is beyond our control. Find a doctor whom we feel comfortable with and can trust, like Dr. Dave, Dr. Ibrahim. When we have confidence in our doctor and treatment team, we have already won half of the battle. Equip yourself with cancer-related knowledge and understand our own diagnosis and treatment options. Take an active role in our care. Knowledge empowers us to make informed decisions and face our journey with greater confidence. Check our breast regularly and attend our follow-up appointments as recommended by our doctors. I know many people are afraid to go for their follow-up scanning because they just fear the bad news, right? But it's tempting to live in denial and avoid the unknown. But I believe that knowing is always better than not knowing, and early detection of a recurrence gives us more treatment options and more hope. Talk to the people who have gone through similar experiences and understand what we are facing. Join a cancer support group such as Pink Ribbon Wellness Foundation that we feel connected to. Pink Ribbon Wellness Foundation has become my pillar of strength, a source of knowledge, and a family that understand that this journey in ways others cannot understand. Here we cry together, we learn together, and sometimes we even joke and laugh about the challenges we face. That sense of togetherness reminds us that we are not alone. My heartfelt gratitude goes to every member of this wonderful family, especially our founder and chairman, Dr. Devanan, our honorary CEO, Ms. Yong Lily, Ms. Rani, who is one of our Pink Ribbon Wellness volunteers, and some of my close fellow Pink sisters here. Focus our energy on healing, growing, and living meaningfully. Cancer may be part of our journey, but it does not define who we are. This is some of the events we joined during Pink Ribbon Wellness Foundation. and become model. Yeah, we had the opportunity to do a lot of things that was unexpected. Yeah, this was just recently we went to Reach to Recovery International. Living life fully. Today I continue to face uncertainty. I do not know exactly what the future holds, but I do know this: every day I wake up is a gift. Every smile, every friendship, every opportunity to make a difference matters. Cancer taught me many lessons, but the greatest lesson of all was learning to love myself first. Not because I'm selfish, but because I finally understood that I deserve the same love, compassion, and care that I so freely give to others. As long as I have another day, I continue to live fully, love deeply, and inspire others to do the same. Life is precious. Live life fully.
Seng, she has gone through so much, and yet she's still here, still giving, still being a part of all of us, and making sure that we don't have the support that she has right now. I know it's